I remember hearing about this story back in the day on some forum sites. They would talk about this serial killer that mysteriously disappeared and all. At first I thought this was just some bullshit campfire story meant to try and scare people. I guess I decided what all the fuss was about and asked if it was even real. Some guy responded a few minutes later and gave me a Pastabin link about everything on the case. The guy gave me a general rundown of the case. In the early fall of 1997, a serial killer was stalking the suburbs near Scranton, PA. I looked in the Pastabin. There were screen caps of local news broadcasts and scans of local papers about it, all saying to be careful and whatnot. Don't stay out so late. Typical safety shit. Okay, so the case was real. Still didn't seem all that special. A guy started killing people and then he bailed. So, after a bit of skimming through the dozens of files in Pastabin, I asked what's so special about it. The guy asks me if I've seen the body cam footage. I replied no. He said, scroll down a bit and you'll find it. You won't be disappointed. Intrigued, now I had to go and watch it. So I scrolled all the way down to the bottom, and there it was, and I clicked on it. The video was dated October 19th, 1997. It followed two police officers, Elijah Birkin and George Rawlings. They were responding to a call about a home intrusion. At night, it was roughly midnight from what I can remember from the video. The body cam footage was from Birkin. The video began with them in the car driving up to the address the call was registered at. They pulled up by the sidewalk. Birkin was a little reluctant to go in. As it appeared, all the lights were off. I can vaguely remember Rawlings making some joke about how cliché it was. Birkin finally goes in. He explores around the house a bit, trying to find a light switch. He finds one, but it doesn't work. If I can recall, I believe he searched the living room first and then went into the kitchen. He exited the kitchen and went back out to the main hall, where out pops a figure, no doubt the killer. It was wielding a knife. He immediately draws his gun. He yells for it to drop its weapon. It staggers forward a bit. He yells again, stop, or I'll shoot. There is a brief, quiet, and tense pause for seemed like minutes. The suspect walks forward again, and Birkin takes a shot. It was a shot right to the chest, yet it seemed to shrug it off, like it was nothing. He takes 5 more shots. Strangely, sand pours out of the bullet holes, and then the thing collapses backward. He rushes to the body, confused seeing the sand pour from its wounds as opposed to blood. He unbuttons the black jumpsuit it was wearing, only to find a sandbag, some hay, twine, and a broomstick handle. Strangely, of all, there were some strange symbols or writing, seemingly written in blood. He seems to be in disbelief of what he's seeing, as noted by him patting the body a few times to see if what he was seeing was actually there. He then took off the mask, only to find a foam head covered with a black sock and some more hay. Radioed in for his partner to come and see this, and that's where the video ended. Lurking around more, I found more police documents about the aftermath. They apparently took the body back to some forensics lab, I think. According to a report made by Rawlings, Birkin watched the body cam footage over and over again. He was mesmerized by it and deeply troubled. He contemplated how could something that moved like a person all of a sudden flop back to a state of lifelessness. How could something that looked like a person and act like one just be made of junk, stuffed up like a scarecrow? Later, Night Rawlings got an expert to analyze the symbols on the body. He could not match them to any existing language, nor dead one. They were completely unknown. So many questions raced through their minds, and yet no answers were to be found. A month or two after that night, the police made an official statement stating that the trail had gone cold. I wish I could attach anything to this, but I read that thread a little over a decade ago. It's definitely buried by now, but this story has stuck with me for quite a long time. You might be expecting more, but this is where the story ends. Sometimes there isn't always answers to everything, and sometimes maybe it's better that way.